This is a tensegrity model, which is a way to look at the body from the bones being the compression members and the soft tissue of the body, the blood, the muscles, the fascia, all the fluids, the nerves, all that gliding in relationship to one another. So within biotensegrity, everything, when one thing moves, everything moves. It isn't like do this and then do a lot of other things, but rather how do the abdominals act like Grand Central Station rather than compression members. So tensegrity model is a model that gives us an idea of how our joints, rather than moving as levers, are rather dynamic and biodirectional. The whole body is biodirectional. So this is a tensegrity model, but we are biological beings. So we are biotensegrity, soft matter. We are in physics, we're soft matter. This is hard matter, a bridge, but this is a good way to also think about it. This was a tensegrity model, the same as this. And what I did was squish it to show what happens with core control. Core control no longer has space. So everything becomes compressed. Whereas within the biotensegrity model, you can see I'm just feeling whether I'm doing a yoga asana you can see how everything's moving with everything else. Or whether I'm doing a biodirectional sensory curl, roll up, or relational walk, climb a tree, Pilates mat, coming up, double spiral, inhale, exhale. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing. What matters is that every movement within biotensegrity is the whole body moving as one, as a biodirectional, omnidirectional being. I was not a dancer. I came into this just as somebody who just enjoyed moving, and so it's like I really just was, in with Ramana, learning the foundation of how do we find how do I do the whole understanding of a comprehensive awareness of the mat, the reformer, the Cadillac, the barrels, blah, and all of that. And how does that each piece challenge our awareness and challenge how we ground, center, and uplift. So I think that's a missing piece. No matter what you're doing, are you in your whole body? That is the difference. The difference is that we can be in our heads about our body, or we can be in our body awareness, dependent, isolated muscles from a biotensegrity perspective. Muscles are embedded in the fascial matrix. We know one another. We know who we want to get close to, who we want to stay far away from. We know this intuitively. We know what feels good and what feels painful. And mostly sometimes we don't get the message to not fight, to not go more and more, I should work harder, I should go through the pain. Don't have to do that. We can do very, very advanced work and compete at high levels. Being in the zone, learning how to be in the zone and have our bodies serve us and teach us. A sensory feedback tool like the TYE4X. That's why I have it. I recommend it in my book, Moving Beyond Core, because it is about self-awareness. It's a matter of cultivating. It's a matter of getting people's attention. People's attention these days is so limited. We're so conditioned to go on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, rather than what is it that you're speaking about? What happened? And really, that's what I do in the passing the torch, or when I mentor teachers. The first thing that I do is really go into, where are you coming from? What's the place? Where's your attention now? Not like in your head, but rather in your awareness of, are you doing what really turns you, what brings you joy, what gives you purpose, what gives your life purpose? That is a question that brings people into, I hadn't really realized how much I'm doing things that are counter to what really feeds my heart and soul. Wow. Usually, shoulder pain is so related to lack of grounding. I think there's something else that we're really pointing to, and that is, we forget the value of rest. There's movement and there's rest. But what is rest? Rest can be a total pause. Rest can also be understanding that the setup, how you set up movement with a sense of grounding, how you feel your feet before you move, rather than move from your shoulders, your neck, your head. You don't really realize your jaw clenching, your hips or butt clenching. We don't often realize that we're not grounded. Well, I think so many people don't realize that they are over controlling. And there's such a pressure to be perfect, to be the expert, to do it right, and to be liked more, to get more likes. It's just something that I don't find very interesting. And, I think that the thing that has freed me up over the years is really, it's not that I don't ever think about people judging me or that sort of thing, or go into, concerns or anything like that. But that isn't my primary way of thinking. I don't think about, are you going to like me? Am I doing it right? Is it perfect? As a matter of fact, one of the things that I write about very specifically in the book is that one of my main goals was to let go of the teacher as expert, and to really to really study, how does my client become the expert in their bodies? And that is a transformational shift. If you're just being playful, it's fast. Because what we do is we develop our own style, we learn quickly. Whereas if I've got to do it exactly the way you're telling me to do it, I've got all this pressure. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking, what do we normally think of as extension of the spine? Push from your back and look up. But what's encouraged here through the TYE4X is, right away, as I begin to reach out through my hands, I feel my feet begin to say, oh, gotcha. My sit bones go, gotcha. And what's happening is, along what I call down the back, up the front, is a feeling of relationship with gravity. And what happens is my back is supported by my front body, which is an enormous difference than just back extensors. So I'm getting the lift from my inner ankle, inner thigh, internal lift through the front of the pelvic floor, along the front of the psoas, along underneath the ribs to the inner ear. As I look up, feel the waterfall of my shoulders down my back. Here's my chest opening, and crack. Wow. It's just like, it's a complete, this would be something for somebody to sit at their desk when the people are at a desk all day long. And everything is just letting go. I feel my whole body core coordination, foot to head and hand. The other thing that's really interesting, Joan, is many people don't think about that we are the only mammal who can be going forward and look back. Every other mammal has to move their whole body. The problem is suddenly I can't move my neck. It's a big problem. The relationship of the arms rooted through the shoulder girdle to my breathing spine, legs rooted through the pelvic girdle to my breathing spine, and feeling the breath wave, and then allowing my head and neck to be free, is a wow.